Hey, so we just had the election. We have a new president and vice president-elect in Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, senator, someone I've known since she was district attorney and went to her event at Delancey Street way back in 2007, the fundraiser. Now, she will be the number 2 most powerful person in the world when she's sworn in January 20th. Amazing. But you know what? The seat that she occupies in the United States Senate is still hot. She's sitting in it. But that hasn't stopped anybody from speculating who will replace her, because the moment she's sworn in, all eyes turn to Sacramento and my friend California Governor Gavin Newsom. Everyone wants to know what Gavin's going to do. There's speculation that he might pick the California Attorney General Xavier Becerra, 62 years old, Latino, gay. Some people think he checks the boxes that are most important to Gavin Newsom. But I've also known Gavin for 3 decades. And Gavin doesn't always do what you think he's going to do. So having said that, let's go through some names that are being floated among them. Of course, there's San Francisco Mayor London Breed. There's a number of people have said Karen Bass. That's right, Karen Bass, who is already serving the state in Congress. And then, of course, there is, and I think it should be, the legendary Barbara Lee, who I refer to politics in the Bay Area as Stonehenge is to civilization. But I'm going to throw a couple of names out there that were passed to me by someone who was close enough to know, whose name I'm not going to say. And one of them is Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf, my friend, which would invite the question, who would take her place? Because we never, in Oakland's history, at least its modern history, had a mayor chosen to represent the state of California as senator in the middle of her term. Which that would be. Well, okay, not quite the middle, but how about 3/4 into her term? She served her 2-term period, okay? She gets termed out in 2022. I think Libby would do very well as a senator for California. I really do. It's the perfect place for her as I think about it. But another name was floated. And when I think about it, it makes some sense as well. Willie Brown. Yes, that Willie Brown. Yeah, the speaker, former speaker of the Assembly, Willie Brown. The man they once called the Ayatollah of the Assembly, Willie Brown. That man. The man who then became mayor of San Francisco, that Willie Brown. The man who turned around San Francisco and restored San Francisco to its once lost glory, starting with a complete redesign, or I should say refurbishment, of City Hall. But I digress. You would say Willie Brown is 86 years old. My source would say, so? Willie Brown has a unique place in politics that I think would make him an excellent placeholder. He would be a 2-year placeholder until the election comes up again. And I'm not going to pretend to forecast for Willie, but I think he would serve 2 terms and say, hey, I've done my job. I served king and country, and I'm retired at 88. Why not? He wouldn't have to do any campaigning. Gavin just says, you, please. It's hard for me to think that Willie would turn him down. Anyway, subscribe to Zenny62, bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com.